Hi everyone, we're at Floatfish Farm today. I'm going to run you through the methods and tactics for winter bomb fishing. We couldn't have chose a better day or worse day for it. It's absolutely freezing, the first really cold day this year, so we're going to be up against it. There wasn't a lot caught on here yesterday, but hopefully I'll be able to run you through a few bits and a few tips to help you catch them on it. We're going to look at the tackle and the bait and just a few little tips. We'll be doing pellets on the bomb mainly. We'll also have a look at the bomb and bread because we are coming to that time of year. So let's get started and hopefully catch you a few fish. Right, on to tackle choices for the bomb. First of all, rods. There's only two rods I'd use this time of year, the Horizon Carps, the 10 foot and the 9 foot. Generally I'd use the 10 foot, it's just a little bit more powerful, better for chucking slightly longer distances, but the 9 foot can be great for on a windy day over a pole line or on little snake lakes. The bomb and bread can be good on them, so it's worth having both with me. Reels, I've just got the 4000 Horizons on both. Main line for the reel is 6 pound Horizon X. I like 6 pound instead of the 8 pound that I'd use in summer. Just the fish aren't fighting as hard, and on a windy day like we often get in the winter, it's just a little bit less drag and everything's sitting there nicer, so that's that covered. Two choices for bomb. For chucking to an island or on a slope where we are today, I like the inline, the 20 gram, just sits there nice. I do like an elasticated stem if I'm allowed to use one at a fishery. I just think it helps set the hook a little bit better. Down to the hook length, it's 0.20 power micron. I don't use anything else. That's the only one I have tied up. I just don't see the point. The line's laying on the bottom. You could be hooking big fish, why get broke? Hooks are a size 14 carp rigger, just keep them tied on these spools. I always tie them at 2 foot and generally use a foot, but there are times when a bit longer one's better and it just saves tying up 2 lots of hook lengths. And the business end, with my pellet, I just use a speed stop and a pusher. I just think it's a quick and easy way of doing it. I can fit all different sizes of pellets, and if I want to change bait to something else, I can do that with it. Yeah, the other setup I use is for in open water, fishing on silt and everything. It's just a 10 gram, one of the bottle leads, with a quick change lead clip and one of our little just hook length attachment beads. The reason I like that, the lighter bomb obviously doesn't sink into silt that you're going to be hitting in open water a lot of the time, and I just think that will sit there and just stop it, help it prevent it sitting in the silt, which you don't want. You could be dragging 6 inches of line into the silt and you're not fishing with your hook length how you want it. So very simple. You don't need lots of kit for bomb fishing, but just give a bit of thought to what you're fishing on before you select your bomb. One final little thing that can work later on in the session when there's a little bit of bait in your peg, just changing to one of the open alloy feeders, just the tiniest one with a few micros in it. With our quick change system, it takes seconds and it can work wonders just to home fishing at the end of the session. The process for the bomb, again, as with everything bomb fishing, it is quite simple, but it wants to be done right. You want to get your rod, get ready to cast, you're baited up. Literally, because it's getting cold, 5 pellets and then another 5 over the top. and then you just aim for where they've landed. It's not the easiest things to see today in all the wind, but about there. Just let the line sink. And tighten up. I do like to have a bit of a bend in the rod for the bomb. It's not like fishing with the method. Whereas if the tip moves, it's dislodged your feeder. You're not fishing over the top of a little bed, so it doesn't matter. And just a tighter line, it just helps you see any movements, any liners, just to give away where the fish are if there's some there. And the bites are normally quite savage on the bomb, so you're not going to miss them. So then it's just a case of waiting. I don't leave it in too long. I'll be honest, when I first started bomb fishing, I thought it was a sit and wait and feed over the top, and it's not right at all. The best way is give it 3 or 4 minutes, reel in, feed again, and they do follow it down. You'll often get bites quite quick. As it's getting cooler now, I am leaving it a little bit longer. It'll soon be time for the stopwatch to come into play. It's not quite cold enough for that yet. So just keep yourself busy. It's not about just sitting there and pinging an odd pellet in. The active angler does catch a few more even on the bomb. Right, one little tip I've picked up on this year. It's something I'd never really tried till then, and it's been really good, to be honest. I've caught a lot of fish on it here, and it's worked at Barston and a few other places, wherever you fish a bomb. Before you reel in, once it's been out 2 or 3 minutes, just literally one turn of the handle, giving it a twitch, just to raise your hook bait off. It's like when we twitch on a pellet waggler, it's exactly the same. It's just making your hook bait visible. I'd do it later on in the cast if I've not had a bite, like I say, after 2 or 3 minutes. Twitch it, and then I'd leave it another minute or so. And then after that, I'd start again, feed some more pellets and draw some more fish in. Like I said before, it's just being active. It isn't just sit out and wait. There's always ways of making it better. Being active, regular casting, just working your hook bait. That's another one in the net. We have just had a change of hook bait, and it's resulted in another fish. It's well worth just changing things about as the session goes on. If you've sat without a bite for a few minutes, try and someone else can just get you another bite. I'll just put this in the net and I'll run you through the other hook baits we've got. Just talk to you about bait quickly. Simply 8mm. They're spotted fin catalyst pellets. They're the only decent pellet for catapulting long. 6mm are going to go everywhere in the wind. More importantly, hook bait choices. Carry a range of different ones. I've been catching on, if I can find one, just a single 8mm. I have a hole and push it up the pellet. And then I have some drilled down the side where I can push a quick stop through with 2 on. That's been good as well. Also carry some red pellets, another change, and some big 11mm. With the super stops, they're really quick. I can just push them straight in. I can change my hook bait. I'm not having to worry about things, and I can use the same hook length for every bait. I can't touch on winter bomb fishing without going on to the bomb and bread. It's probably when it gets a bit colder and really cold in the middle of winter, it's probably the method on big carp waters and for F1s as well. It's the beauty of it. It's exactly the same rig with the super stops. I can just change to fishing bread. Simply slice of Warburton's covered up under here. Simple. I've got the largest bread punch. I think it's 10mm. I've punched a few bits here already. Simply get my speed stop. 1 disc, 2 disc, and 3 disc. And that will expand really big in the water. It's easy for the fish to suck in, really visible when they're not really having a feed. To be honest, a little trick I do, I just give it a little squirt of flavour. It's just a confidence thing. And that's it, that's ready to go. It's slightly different to the bomb. You're not feeding anything. It is just trying to locate fish. what I like to do is cast to sort of the extremes of where I can fish, or up to an island. Just sink my line again. And because you're not feeding, you're just trying to find a ball of fish when they're balled up when it's freezing cold. So I like to cast to the extreme and watch for liners. If I'm getting lots of liners, I'll just bring it back a touch and keep working my way back. Something I do, which a lot of people probably don't, but there is a reason for it, is I do use the clip on the reel when I'm bomb fishing with the bread. It's simply, you're trying to locate a ball of fish, and if I clip it up, I'll chuck to the first extreme, I might get some liners, a couple of turns on my reel, clip it up again, drop back. If I get a bite there, I know I'm in exactly the right place to chuck back to where that ball is. You might have to take it off again during the day just to follow them about, because they will move about after a couple have been caught, but it's really about reading what's going on your tip. If you're not getting liners, move around, go right or left or further if you can. If you are getting liners, just drop back, keep dropping back a touch until you get a bite. Again, I like to fish with a good bend in my rod just so I can see all the liners easy. It's a really simple method. It's a thinking method, and it's a bit more patient. Until you get liners, there's nothing you can really do. You are just trying to locate a ball of fish, but it is deadly, and when you can't get a bite on anything else in the winter, it can be the best way. Oh, we got one on a bread anyway. Well, there we are. That's the first fish on the bread. I didn't know if that would go around today because they responded to pellets quite well, but it just goes to show you it does still work, just a single bait out there. And that'll only get better and better as the water clears. It's been a lovely day. We've caught quite a few fish, surprisingly. It was really hard on here yesterday, so I didn't know if we would. I hope I've helped, and you've learnt a few things regarding the bomb. Just hold this one up, and that's it's been a lovely morning's fishing.